Atlanta United Fan TV 3-1 win. And yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, comprehensive, but a little shaky at times. But I think man of the match got to be Gressel, right?
Yeah, Gressel, for me, in the first half, he was doing really well trying to look, like he was looking for Joseph. He was trying to get Joseph into the game early. It didn't connect then, but in the second half, my God, that ball he played to Joseph was one of the best assists I have seen probably this year from him. And that shot, he's always dangerous at the corner of the box. I have no idea how he can just ghost in there and just be wide open to hit those shots, but I'm glad he does, because if it wasn't for his goal, I think that New England, they might have had a chance to kind of pull one back, because towards the end of that game, they hit the post, they were getting some shots off. But, I mean, Gressel, for me, he was a difference in this game today.
Yeah. No, he absolutely killed it off. It seemed to kill all of New England's momentum for sure. Yeah, Joseph, what the hell? He played 90 after coming back from an injury, like, inexplicably. What? Doesn't make any sense, man.
I mean, they got all these new procedures now. I don't know if somebody was rubbing like lamb placenta on them or whatever they do over there overseas. But no, he's a competitor. He is a champion, and most of all, I think that he just hates not playing and he hates not scoring. You put those together, and it's like, oh, you have a chance to play today? I'm going to play and I'm going to score.
Yeah, I know. It's like the will of like just incredible. I don't know. He's a fucking superhero. Yeah. But anyway, so in terms of playing the whole hand, we didn't seem to do that at all. We kind of have some guys that are key cogs mixing from the 11. Rometty, P.T. Martinez. What do you think was the mindset behind that?
I think that Frank knew what he had on the field and what he had on the pitch and what he was planning on trying to do, and he wanted to nullify any of their attacks, which didn't work out as well as we probably would have hoped for. But he also knew that, hey, you got Gressel, you got Joseph on, we're okay. I think that Rometty's going to probably start. I'm pretty sure he is, and I'm not sure whether it's going to be, Hyman, Miram, Pitti, somebody in that three is probably going to make way in the beginning. And I think Pitty's coming back. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we held out today. It was good to see Barco in there, though, and he was getting roughed up a little bit, so I'm glad he came off when he did, because he was almost at double digits worth of being knocked down today.
Yeah, and in terms of that, yeah, it's like he gets some calls sometimes, but I mean, largely, yeah, creative playmakers in this league don't get the calls.
They don't. And he's been one. I mean, early on in his career, he was probably guilty of over-embellishing, but I think since then, I haven't seen him take the ground as much from minimal contact as he did his first year. Now he's getting bowled over every time he has the ball, which I love it, because the teams know that, hey, we want to stop breakup play, we're going to foul him. But if they foul him, we got Barco, who can take free kicks. He should have made a free kick today. We have Pitti, who can make free kicks. He should have had like at least 4 or 5 on the season. We got guys who can make those set pieces count. So if they're going to foul him, let them foul him.
Agreed. Yeah, in terms of that, like, P.T. Martinez not playing, like, is there just like not playing the hand, or is it like another reason?
No, I honestly think that if we had already sewn up the second seed, Barco wouldn't have played today. And I think that Joseph probably would have been either taken off early or not played today. But I mean, you got to rest your guy. Worst thing you want to have is for Petey to go out there. You got enough guys who can link up play with your stars to score goals. Pitty's just an icing on the top of the cake. You don't necessarily need him in the game. I think if it was 1-1 going into the 62nd minute, he would have came on, as opposed to the guys who did come on at that point.
Right. And speaking of people who came on, Michael Parkhurst, he got a brilliant send-off. Rock DeBoer, I mean, as the fireworks go off for him as well. Point it. But yeah, in terms of that, like, what has Parky meant as a captain and for Atlanta United and Atlanta?
I think every team needs a Michael Parkhurst. I think that everybody needs a calming presence in the back. He's had some shaky moments early on, but I mean, I think that as he and LGP's chemistry grew, those became few and far between. Last year, especially, Parkhurst was probably one of the reasons why we didn't have nearly as many send-offs and nearly as many goals conceded. Last year, especially when we went on that crazy run. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss him. if you talk about a Ring of Honor or a Mount Rushmore for Atlanta United, he's the first face up there.
I dig that. I dig that. We'll get to who your other ones are in another video, I think. But yeah, so in terms of facing New England Revolution again, are you confident?
I am. I mean, I know there's and I'm sort of a superstitious guy, so I don't like playing the same team back to back. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think we had enough quality. I think we showed that today. We could have scored more goals. They could have as well. But I have to hope that Frank cleans up that mess in the back, because there's way too many times that these guys were just streaking behind us. Escobar was looking around like he was like a John Travolta GIF, and he was just, having, for as stable as we were in theory, and as the scoreline showed, we only conceded one goal. It could have been 3-3, it could have been 4-3, it could have been something, because we had a number of times where Goose saved a one-on-one early on. That really should have gave us a wake-up call that like this is going to be one of those games. But I'm hoping that they try to counter what we put out there today, and Frank puts out something different.